More videos.
More videos, and this one is really good.
Oh,
the end.
You're saying we haven't done good videos before?
I don't know. Let's let people decide. Don't put really bad things in the comments.
No.
But we, as you know, we've got a myriad,
a plethora,
of helmets, and we tend to use Cardos. Cardo, where is your card? there. Cardo system. So we were very fortunate enough for to become like a little bit of a partner, or they've partnered with us really on the channel. They don't sponsor us, but they send us some stuff every now and then to view, Cardos. And I was really sceptical about Cardos at first because I'd been an Interphone man, but the Interphone let me down a couple of times, because when they went from the big bulky units to the tiny little ones that you stick on the side.
You had to then buy a separate battery that goes on the battery.
Yeah, and it just became a bit of a faff really. And I wanted the thing all in one unit, so it was off the helmet when I was off the bike, or easy to charge, but it just had good features. And this has got good features.
We did try another company, was it Senna's?
Oh yeah, Senna's.
They were
really good systems, but the camera one that they sent us was really good, but we had nothing but problems with it turning off and overheating and stuff. So when Cardo got hold of us, we jumped at the chance to work with them, and we work with them quite closely on the channel, and we're on their ambassadors page and all that sort of stuff.
Do we get to eat Ferrero Rocher?
You can eat whatever you like. Why Ferrero Rocher?
Well, ambassador, you spoilers. Hang on.
Next you'll be driving around in one of those Austin ambassadors, wouldn't you? Do you remember those years ago?
Dad had one.
They were like wedges, weren't they? Which brings us on to these, because these are rather like wedges, aren't they?
That is the worst link ever.
I know, but it worked.
Yep.
So Cardo has very kindly sent us a Packtalk Pro Edge to have a go with, and we've tried and used it and seen what we think. We actually think it's really, really good. So your Edge there. Let's see what we get in the box. So there is a reason why people might want to buy the Packtalk Pro as opposed to the Packtalk Edge. So if your Packtalk Edge, so this is kind of like the pinnacle of what they do. This is the top of their tree. And now they've brought out a tree topping version, because this is like there now. This is the best you can get from Cardo, and all of their stuff is really good depending on what you get. They've got a huge range of different things, but I really like the Edge, and I really like the Edge because it's got a magnetic mount and it's never let me down. We did the RBL, the Royal British Legion, 1,000 miles in 24 hours, and we've done it twice now. I've used my Cardo Edge both times, and at the end, after 24 hours of riding, or being awake and having it on, playing music, obviously stopping when we stopped, it still had 25% left.
Did you switch it off each time you stopped?
No, I left it on, and it was just playing music. We rang each other quite a few times, didn't we? But 25% battery left at the end of 24 hours.
That's cool.
It didn't once let me down. And that was the other thing with the Interphone. Riding around with the Interphone, you'd get to a certain point and it would go battery low, and then suddenly it'll cut off. Mm-hmm. And when we're away on tour, because touring, being a tour guide isn't as easy as you think. It's really good fun, but it's not as easy as you think. Some nights you're that tired that you go to bed and you forget to put it on charge. And I just don't worry about, I've got to charge it when I'm away, because I know it'll do 2 days. Whereas with the Interphone, if I hadn't have charged it up for the next day, at some point the next day it would have run out.
Really? No, anyway, whatever.
Yeah. So they've brought out the Packtalk Pro. So you can see that they look exactly the same, but the Packtalk Pro is a new colour. Ooh, it's black.
Always change the colour.
Yeah. On the back, so if I turn them upside down. No, like that. That's better.
How hard was that? Would you like me to hold them?
In my head, it was really difficult. They're exactly the same. So the good thing about these is that you can use the same magnetic mount that you have fitted if you use the Edge.
Should we try it?
Let's do it. So on Mark's helmet, he has got...
This is my next Villa Yord.
Yeah. So the Edge, literally, it just clips on. It's really, really good. Really, really sturdy. And then if you want to take it off, there's a little wedge at the front and you push it back towards the helmet and then you slide this forward and it comes off.
I wasn't helping you there, was I?
No, really good. So, Packtalk Pro. Now, you've upgraded your helmet to the tree topping version of the top of the branch with the extra features. So, in essence, it works exactly the same way as your Cardo Edge, but it has got a couple of other things. So let's look at what's in the box first. So you get your important information, you get your installation guide, which tells you how to put stuff into the helmet, which is really good. You get a start here before you use it, and their app, I've got to say, is really good. So you can go into the app and you can control who your favourite callers are and list them. So you've got favourite 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Set your radio stations, set the app you're going to use for your music, and that's done through your phone. You can change, what I like about it is you can change independently the volume. So the notifications when it says, gives you feedback, that notification, you can change the volume, you can turn it off. Phone calls, you can turn the volume up and down in different to the volume of the music, which is good, because I always found that really bad. I had the music up to the level that I wanted, and then if somebody rang, it literally blew my ears off. But there's no way in your iPhone to say when it's connected to a Bluetooth headset to change the volume of the call, the call ring. Is that right? Phone ring,
It took me a while to work it out, but it's easy to do it on there.
So the app is really good, and it also enables you to connect with other people's headset, whether they're Cardo or not. Works very well with Senas, works with interphones, that sort of thing, but you can do it from the app, which means that you're not all stood around going, what do you press? Can you hear me? We've all done it, haven't we? The app works really, really well, and I've used that lots. But you can also make mesh groups and Bluetooth groups. So you can turn it into Bluetooth, just have a Bluetooth, which is like 10 meters or something. So, no, more than 10 meters when you're on the road, but it's far less than the mesh. So the mesh, if you've got that other unit there, so Bluetooth, if you've got three units, actually, stand by. Hold that one, Mark, that's yours. Right, so Bluetooth connects up to loads of them together. Bluetooth connects that one to this one to this one. If this one disappears, the connection goes. Mm-hmm. So then you've got to rely on that one being there and that one. So when you're out with mates and other people riding, they get slightly far, it all breaks off, and you lose all the connection. Whereas mesh is very different. So mesh is connected to this one, and that one's connected to that one, and that one, and that one's connected to it. So it doesn't matter how they move around, they're all connected. So when that loses connection, say you go really far, as you get closer, these are all talking together, that will naturally pick itself up. It's a really, really good system.
One of our rides, didn't we?
We did. And it worked so well.
It worked really well.
So in the box you get a Cardo sticker, a pocket guide, which is really good. I take this on tour with me just in case there's other people that have got them that have got issues. Get nice little bags. Nice little bags with your USB, USB-C, by the way, charging cable, and you get your speakers in there. And I believe these now are 45 mil, 45 mil speakers. And I think they're JBL speakers as well. They're really good speakers. Now, obviously you need the space in your helmet for them. I don't fit them because I've got, this is just a standard TRS 3.5 mil jack, but on our Ultimate Ear in-ear plugs,
which is here,
we just have the internal set from the holder, and I just plug it straight into there. So I haven't got to worry about speakers and it being in the wrong place, all of that sort of stuff. And then, what else do we get? You get the amazing magnetic mount, which I've got to say is really well made and really strong to suck it onto, to stick it on.
It connects it really
tightly. And when it connects on, there's some little lugs. It clicks in there, and on the back there's two lugs here, which you might be able to see, and two corresponding housing holders, I don't know. Click them in, but it's actually in there and it will not come off, and you have to hold this clip at the front forward and then push it up and it just slides out. Really good.
Excellent.
Never had an issue, never, in the last 2 years, never broke, never not come off, never not stuck on, and the battery life is brilliant. You got your USB-C slot on the side, which is covered by a little silicone flap. Now on the forums, there was a lot of people moaning that you couldn't get these in, but just with a little bit of manipulation, they go in.
Mine got is a bit temperamental, but I'm not going to complain about it.
No, and you just put them in as you need. Then you've got your boom mic, incidentally, with the same connections as other makers as well. So that's what you get in that one. And above all, I like the way that they package all this stuff, you know.
Snip the box at all?
Yeah, it's kind of okay. It's kind of okay. And then you get another box, and the other box has got the stickable mount, which sticks on the side of your helmet, that takes the plastic thing I was just showing, so it can stick anywhere really. But what I really like about it is it's flexible, so you can flex it into the right place. So it's not like some of them; they're quite sturdy,
stiff, aren't they?
And you've got a plastic clip that goes up inside the helmet and on the outside that you can then slip your mount on. And then you get you get another microphone for a full face helmet, some alcohol prep pads, and some spacers, because obviously when you're putting the speaker in, you might want to have them here rather than right into the padding in the helmet. But these are really, really good. Now we've tested them.
We liked it a lot.
We did think that having another video about Cardo with us just riding around and seeing how far we could go without losing signal.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, might be a little bit boring for something that we've already done for the Cardo Edges and the Cardo stuff that we've done. So rather than do that, we've been using this, haven't we?
Yep.
So
love it.
What's the difference between that and the Cardo Edge? You'll have to open your phone again, Mark, and I can do some of the specs.
I think you'll find that's not a phone.
Oh no, it's a tablet. What I do like is that they've taken a lot of effort into the packaging. There's a few, no, that's a plastic bag from the last one, isn't it? I don't know. But very little amount of plastic, but it all fits in the box really, really well.
Like it was designed to.
Like it was designed to, yes. But it's actually quite nice. Quite a nice box. Anyway, people don't like us talking about the boxes apparently, but it's very important. Very important. So this has got, excuse me, so it's got 45mm speakers, which is really good. It's got the air mount that Mark's just demonstrated there. This has now got an auto on and auto off. So how many times have you been out and you've stopped and you forgot to turn it off? Mm-hmm. So this will detect when it's not moving and when you're not moving your head and all that sort of stuff. It's got some sort of chip that does amazing stuff in there, but it will turn itself off, which is quite good.
It's very good, very good. I like it a lot.
Now, personally, I've turned that feature off because one of the things, it's a habit you get into, is turning it off when you stop, because I like to ask it how much battery's left, so I keep an eye on it.
Yep.
So I've turned that off because when I was testing it and I was connecting the app and stuff, it kept turning itself off because it was recognising that it wasn't moving and being used. So I turned it off and forgot to turn it back on again. The voice operation on this seems to have got better. So if you're using one of these apps and you're having...
No more arguments.
Well, very few. If you have used one of these and you've had problems with it understanding you, go into the app and change it to your language. So for England, it sets itself up with American English. If you change it to UK English or English UK, it seems to do a better job of recognising when you want it to do something and what you want it to do.
I wonder if it struggles with strong regional accents, though.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You can do over-the-air software updates, so no more plugging into your computer and finding a driver and finding this and finding a file. You literally do it through the app. Turn them on, it connects seamlessly and really quickly, and it will say it's got a firmware update. You do it, it keeps the app open, probably about 4 or 5 minutes to update, and then you know it's all updated. It's got like the Edge, the second generation dynamic mesh communication, which is DMC. We were talking about that mesh and how it connects, and it's really, really good. Now, I'm quite selfish. I like to just listen to music and have nobody connected to my helmet when I'm riding. But there has been occasions, because Mark and I will be out on tour, and there has been occasions where we've been out and actually the mesh has worked really well. We used it for our RiderCam ride out last year. And the mesh, even though we had lots of people in between, it worked really well for the communication when we needed it, didn't it? It's IP67 waterproof, and I've never had a problem. And we rode through Scotland in some hideous weather last year, didn't we?
No way.
We did.
It was horrible.
Yeah. And we live in Cornwall, in England, and it does nothing but rain. Today is the first day that I've actually felt sun on my skin for a while. It's quite weird, isn't it? There's a yellow thing in the
Started off raining though.
Now, they reckon there's 1.6k or about a mile range between your connection when you're on mesh. I've found that it varies depending on what's in between. If there's brick walls and it's a really built up area, so Santiago de Compostela, there's so much going on like a normal city, you might lose signal a little bit earlier, but it's kind of fine. And it works with loads and loads of different brands. But the crash detection is really quite important on here. So the crash detection enables this to understand if you've come off the bike. And what the app does in conjunction with that part is it tells, so you have to have your location open and being readable on your phone by the app all the time, although you don't have to have the app open, which is brilliant. You can have the app totally closed, but you have to allow the app or this thing through your phone to know where the location is. And then what it does is it recognises whether there's a significant bump or something that could be replicated or construed as an accident or that sort of thing, or we've fallen off. And it will instantly ring who you've set, or not ring, it will send a message to your ICE details, your in case of emergencies, your next of kin, that sort of thing, whoever you set up. And the app is, the text is really good. It says, something like, I've had an accident, and it gives you a rundown of what it looks like in the app, so you can set up with the people that you want it to send. And it will say, this is where we are.
God, imagine that'd be quite frightening, wouldn't it, to receive that?
God, yeah. God, yeah. It would be horrendous.
I've had an accident.
It would be horrendous. But they say on their website, you're never riding alone again. And this is one of the important things, isn't it? Accidents and collisions can happen at any time. You can do advanced riding like we do, but it doesn't mean that you're never going to have an accident. There's always the possibility. And they say that their crash detection utilises a third-part system. There's unit sensors in there, and the Cardo Connect app, and the Cardo Cloud, and it's made especially for on-road motorcycle riders. So if you're off-road, there's a lot of jolts, isn't there? It's going to be sending loads of those. You can also have the ability for it to send it on or off. So if you don't want it to ever send anything, just don't turn it on in the app. Or if you want it on, turn it on, and it will sort itself out. You haven't got to turn it on and off every time.
I wonder how sensitive it is. I mean, you know, I've dropped my bike in a car park and I've got the BMW thing on it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's never gone off. But I've dropped my bike on the road by accident, you know, and it's gone off. So you wouldn't want it to be too sensitive, especially if it's going to send a message to a next of kin.
Well, what it does is so when I was looking at it, so say you've come off your bike, or it thinks you've come off your bike. Let's say come off your bike. In the app will come up and say, I'm sending it, and you've got, I think it's 30 seconds to stop it sending.
Like,
Now, you think 30 seconds isn't a long time. It's a long time when something's happened. 30 seconds waiting for somebody to help is an extremely long time. But you can cancel it, or you can just let it do its stuff. Or I think there might be a button on there to say, yes, carry on and do it. So it's a really good system. And it's got a 3-year warranty as well.
wow.
Which is really, really good. Now, Cardo, without doubt, are one of the best, aren't they? They've got the name, they've been doing this. This is all they do. They make communication systems, they make them really well. The only thing I'd like is for them to make it probably a lot thinner, so it's not hanging out the helmet. You get used to it, but it would be nice for them to integrate with more manufacturers of helmets, because you see Cena and all those sort of things integrated with all the helmets you might want to get. It'd be nice if Cardo can integrate it, that it's actually stuck in the helmet.
But saying that, I know people who've bought the Senna system and had it incorporated in the helmet and have had nothing but problems with it.
Yeah.
But then they bought a Senna system and had it on the outside, and they're making them. I was going to say micronization or something. Is that the right word? Making it smaller might be an issue.
Yeah.
To fit inside a helmet. I mean, this on the Villa Yard, you know, this is where they say that you can fit the next communication system in. Well, there's no space in there, is there?
No.
To do it. So much so, you have to fit in a bit at the back as well.
They're much like the Cena, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the Interphone, which seem to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
But really, really good system. There is a couple of affiliate links down the bottom. The affiliate link goes to the .com site, because that's their .com. Some people question why it's in dollars, because it's an American site. Their postage is really quick, but have a look. If it works for you, then use our affiliate link. We get a bit of a kickback, but you know, it also means you get a discount. And we've also got links with Sports Bike Shop, who also sell them. So have a look at the links at the bottom. But in our experience, and we've been using them, what, for 4 years now? 3-4 years?
3
must
years
have been.
least.
I have not once had a problem with battery life, being let down, being not connected to my phone at all. It's just worked.
Excellent.
And that's
I like
very different from the other things that I've had. So have a look, see if it suits you. They are expensive, but then I think you get what you pay for.